Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and today is Card Making Wednesday. Today we're going to do four different Halloween cards with the same sketch. But of course, we're going to alter it and we're going to do them in different sizes, and there's a fun fold card. So let's get started. So the sketch we are using today, hello everybody who's gotten on, hello. The sketch we're using today is this beautiful sketch from right there. It's from TLC Designs. It is part of their Easy Sketch Challenge. This is challenge 102. So it's the challenge for September. It launched last week. And as you can tell, there is the sketch. There is a giveaway. There's some freebies. There's a grand prize. There's all this kind of fun stuff. And if you're interested in any of those pieces of information, there was a video that was launched on TLC Designs YouTube channel last week. So you can head over there. We are streaming live from there today as well. And you can see all the fun stuff. You can use a digi file that's free. You can use their dies, any of the products to enter, and it is super cute. So today we are using these products. And so I actually have the wrong card up. Hang on, let me get to the one we're doing first. That's the SLIMLINE. It's coming, it's coming. Sorry about that. I had the wrong one ready to go. So what we're doing right now is we are assembling our card. So if you remember back from the sketch, I did have this, I just used the sketch purely on the computer. I didn't have it printed out. So just to go back again, just to show you what the sketch looks like. So the sketch for this particular card is, it's an A2 size card. There's a thick panel in the back, a skinny panel, and then a border. And then there's like a rectangular element on the front. So that's the gist of the sketch. If you want to go take a look at it and get all the measurements are on there, by all means, go do so. So what I did is I printed out some really cute, some of the pattern papers. So these are the pattern papers and some of the little printable elements from the new, what's it called? It's called Creeping It Real from TLC Designs. These are digital papers. We're going to be using quite a few of them today, and also some of the digital images. So we're going to be kind of messing around with some of these. So these are two of the digital papers, and I just found a pattern paper or a solid color paper that matched. And I could use this side. This is one of those two-tone papers, but I'm going to use the darker side for this part. So I created a mat. Put this here, move that out of the way. So I created a mat to put it on the back right there. And then I went ahead and cut the two sheets of paper. These are the pattern papers. I printed them at home. I use an Epson printer and they print fantastic. See how they just line up really pretty? So stick those down. And I still have a ton of the papers left. I had to clean off my desk because it looked like a bomb hit it before I went live. But, you know, I think we all craft with craziness around us, which is totally cool. So there we have those two pieces. Then I'm going to use one of the dies. So this is one of the dies that is suggested into, yes, here it is. So there's two dies on here. This one is from Celebrate Ribbon Dies, and I use this die right here with the same paper. What we're going to do is we're going to use the other side of the paper. Hello. So what I did, this is a border die. You can tell it's two-sided. I'm just going to snip it off right here. And I know it's got an ice cream cone in the middle, and that has nothing to do with Halloween, but we're going to end up covering it up anyway with the element that goes in the middle. So no big deal. I haven't linked this yet. This is a really cool too. If you've ever had any kind of tool like this, it is pretty awesome. This one happens to be from Dress My Craft. It's got these little prongs. I've heard toothbrushes work really well as well. And I just go through, and yes, I will have to clean my desk. And it helps get all those little tiny pieces that are a real big pain in the tuchus to get out. So I just run this along all the way down and get them all out. And if for any reason, see it's a little smatterings on my desk. For any reason, I have one that's just being stubborn or, you know, my fingers are getting tired. I can always go in and do them individually. And I think, oh, one more, boom. And there it is. And those little pieces just go in the trash. So that's a really easy way to clean out your stamps or your dies. This little tool is awesome. I forgot to link it, but it's at scrapbook.com. And I will link it as soon as we're done here. All right, so now I want to use the lighter side of this. And this measures perfectly because it's already 5 inches. So look how easy that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my tape runner along here. Look how fast this goes together. And I want to make sure, because this is going to go here, see, that this is going to get covered up. So I'm not worried about where the ice cream cone is. I just liked the border portion of the die. So I'm going to have that go all the way up. Now, when I originally placed this on, I think I put that on totally crooked. There we go. All right, that's better. I had it completely crooked and I was like, that looks really funny. So when I put this on, I was like, oh, that's really, really, really white. I mean, that's like starkly white. And just as a heads up, all I did is I opened up, because these are digital files, I opened up my computer and I opened up like Google Word or Google Docs. And then I just started implanting the pieces in there where I wanted them. And then I just sized the whole thing down. It's really simple. Another way that you can do it is you can go into a program called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and you can embed all kinds of images, including digital images, and size them however you want as well. And it's a free. Heads up, Canva is free. You don't have to pay for it. You can import all the pictures you want, including all of those digital images and graphics and papers, and size them exactly how you want. You can download them as a PDF, and then you can just print them wherever you want. You can download them as a picture. I mean, you can have all kinds of fun with that. And it's free. That's the best part. So heads up if you don't know about Canva. But that's actually where I created this. So I was like, this is just too white. So we're going to distress this. We are going to get a sheet of paper, which I had a sheet of paper on my desk and it went poof. So we're going to quickly grab another one. Bear with me. Sorry. Best laid plans. Best laid plans. You always, that's why I have this handy right here. You always have everything at your fingertips when I get ready. And then I probably was like, oh, what's this extra paper doing here? And I totally forgot and put it away. So I'm going to just take a little bit of distressed ink and we're going to distress this because, and correct me if I'm wrong or tell me what you think. Do you feel like that is just a little bit too white? Like it's too stark. It's too like, oh my God, in your face. Like it just pops out at you, which sometimes I love that. But in this instance, it's too much. So we're going to distress it. Easy peasy. So I just have a little bit of wild honey and I'm going to come in and just distress this guy. Just a little bit of something. It's almost as if I printed it on pattern paper, but I didn't. So this is another really great way that if you don't have a matching color, you can make it. So really go heavy on the outsides and match your colors. And then it kind of has this really cool kind of distressed look, you know? And then just kind of light in the center. And I'm just using a little dauber here. Are you guys light with your daubers? Or are you really heavy-handed? I'm super heavy-handed. Like I push. I don't know if I probably don't need to. I've always been that with any kind of distressing tools. I'm like really hard at it. See, yeah, a little too white, right? So now we've distressed it. And look, it's a totally different vibe to the whole thing. And it doesn't look super crazy on there. It fits now. It kind of goes a little bit better with what's on there. And just to give it a little bit more of a distinction, I'm just going to run the edges and really give it a nice border. There. Ta-da. Look at that. Get rid of the yucky paper. And it really softens the whole look and makes the whole thing as well. So, you know, pop that on there. And that is the gist to the design. Super easy, right? Sketches are great because they really allow you to, we'll hold this up. Sketches are great because they really allow you to give like a jumping point to a card. And this one is really easy. You can use it with any products. It doesn't have to be with just these. But if you want to enter into the contest with, TLC Designs, you can use a sketch. You don't have to. There's a ton of free digital files out there. Or if you happen to have any, you can use them and enter. And if you're interested in what the prizes are, head over to TLC Designs on their Facebook, Instagram. It's all listed, but it's pretty cool. Make sure you check it out. Okay, the next card. Same concept. This time, we're going to change up a little bit. So there's a lot of papers out there. I'm going to toot my own horn for a minute. These are some of my papers. There is nothing wrong. I'm going to do a little side note. There is nothing wrong with taking papers from different collections and blending together if the colors work. So taking a few of my papers with a little bit of TLC Design papers and using her dyes and using my, like blending together. I grab stuff from all different companies. If you guys have ever seen me coloring, I grab whatever pen I happen to have. It doesn't matter what brand. I am not brand specific when it comes to what the products you're using. If they look good together, use them. So that's what I've done. Ta-da! So this is part of the collection I put out. This is my Haunted collection. So here it's a huge file. There's a ton of square cards, rectangular cards, cut files, papers, all kinds of fun stuff. And so this is just one of them here. And you can find that on my website, Erin Reed Makes. And all of the supplies I should have prefaced this. All the supplies we're using today are down in the information section. So make sure you go check those out. TLC design link is there as well, of course. So heads up, they're all there. The only one I haven't put there is this one. I'll do that after. All right, so this was my card. And then what I did is I took this beautiful, and I forgot to mention this, I did it on this card as well. When I originally printed this out, I printed this out in a full 8 and 11, normal standard printing paper, 8.5 by 11, there's the word. And I used this beautiful die. This die is also from TLC, woo, it's flying at me, TLC Designs. It's called a Celebrate Frame. There's this piece that goes right here, and it's the perfect size. It's like this gorgeous 3x4, but it's got this really beautiful edge to it. And so that's what gives me this double dots going around it. Well, I did the same thing to my card here. I die cut it out, these beautiful rounded corners, just a hint of a little something. And so that's what we're using. We're using an additional set of papers from TLC Designs. Those are her dots. So take a look here. You can see they're beautiful dot papers. So gorgeous. And then my green dots. And it paired really well because the colors that were in here and the colors in there were the colors in the card. So, you know, it was like a happy mate. So then it's just a matter of putting the whole thing together. You can really see, well, you can't see it on here. I can see it. So I'm going to take this little card and I'm going to put it onto just a white sheet of paper just to make it pop against these colors. Because this has got so much color to it, it just works. So this is a great card design. And this is kind of where I was going before I went on my soapbox of my products and that you can blend products together. There's a ton of paper packs out there that have these, what I call cut aparts. They're like 3x4 inch papers. They're super cute. They're so adorable. Welcome if you're new to my channel. Hello, hello. Everybody else has gotten on. And I love using them, but sometimes I struggle because they're in a funny shape. So this design, look at that, it's perfect. You just want to add some pretty colored papers to the background, layer, 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 and you're good to go. It's really fun. So this goes all on here. And I love the circles in the circles, the two different kinds of circles was just kind of a fun way to go around it. And then I am going to add my strip. And for this one, I just kept it plain black. It's a way to cover up where you're putting the two papers. So it's just this little kind of, oops, I put my tape on the wrong side. It's okay. We'll just make it work. We'll make it work. And there it is. See how it makes the blend of all the colors work better. Like it blends the shades of the different pieces. And then you put your frame on top. So again, super simple, but now instead of using a piece that you stamped or you colored or you know, whatever you wanted to do. And so just to show you with the next card, this is one where you can stamp, color in an image, and that could be the front element. That would look super adorable. I could switch that out for this one too, except for the white's too white. But just to give you an idea, you can create your own stamped image with digital images. You can take A2 size card, or sorry, the cut square rectangle. I never have a good idea for what these stupid things are called, but they're 3x4s. They're like the cut aparts, the rectangular. I call them like Project Life cards because they're about that same size. Or you can stamp and die cut out and then make it a rectangle, however you want. So here's kind of basically using the same design the same way, but now we're going to turn this into a fun fold card. All right, so here's our third card. We're zipping along today. Man. Speedy, speedy. All right, the base of our card is going to be the same. So here we have just some pretty pattern paper that I found that worked really well. These products, look at these gorgeous papers. These are from, sorry, oh, here, this is going. I'm trying to make sure there's not crap in the way while we're on screen. These two papers are super cute. They're from that new collection, The Creepin' It Real. Let me put it back up on the screen again. Yeah. Super, super cute. Those are papers. And then we have the adorable little Frankenstein. So there he is right here, cut and colored in. And then you can see him. He's the same Frankenstein on there. And then there's also a little cutie Dracula. They're so cute, little cute kids. And then this is another paper. It's adorable. It's got the skulls. And I thought it matched perfectly with one of my square cutouts, which we're going to use on part of the fun fold. So I didn't like the dark color. I like the lighter color, but we're going to do something with the dark color in a minute. Add the background in. This one's like a level 3. The first two were level 2s. Level 1 would just be like put a sticker on a card. I don't know if there really are levels to cards, but you know, this is like a step up. So adding a little bit more, same concept. Look how adorable that paper is. I love all the distressing on it and the cutie kids. Super cute. Then you take your next paper. There we go. All right, and this is, oops, I put this on crooked. You can, look, see, can you tell I put it on crooked? It didn't line up just right. So I'm a stickler on this. And the reason why for this, well, for most cards, I want to make sure this background paper is not the best. It's paper that I've had forever. It's, truthfully, guys, I want to say it's probably 13 years old. And I am so excited. I'm almost done with that paper pack. Does anybody else ever get giddy because they're like, oh, I'm almost done with that product. I've had it for so long. I feel like it was worth keeping it for all these years just to use it up. I'm weird like that. All right, so here we have the next one again. To distinguish between the two pieces, we are going to add a border, but this is where the fun fold comes in. We're going to add a mini card on top. So yeah, we are covering up a little bit of the back side. It's okay. It's okay to cover it up. It's just a hint of it anyway. Don't worry about it. So this is our little mini card. That's going to go on the front. There we go. And then this guy goes right on top, just like that. See? And it's just that little hint of that black. This made it so much easier because this is a digi one that I just printed it out, colored it, and then die cut it out again with that rectangular die. So it's got that. So I wanted to have that pop of color. So that's why I put it on a little black card that opens up on the front. And so there's the fun fold. But here we're going to have some more fun. I want to add the banner again. So here's a different one of these beautiful banners. There we go. This one has got like double stitching through here. And again, we're going to cover that part up. So don't worry about it. I'm going to take the same as the background paper. This time we're going to put the darker color up. But it doesn't matter how you die cut it to begin with. And so this is how I do it. Run it through. Make sure it doesn't fall all over you like I just did. It pops off. And this is, again, part of that, goes right here. It's part of this Celebrate ribbon dies. They're like little ribbons, but they're dies, and then they have little pieces. I've just used them purely as border pieces and then just covered up the ice cream cone or the birthday cake because that's not what I want to show for Halloween. Not my thing. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, snip, and snip. And there is a little bit of an embossing on here. It's very hard to see on camera. Again, I'm not worried about the birthday cake part because we're going to cover it up. And now we're going to use the strip all the way through here. Now, I need to make sure, because we're going to do the strip right through here, that my little square piece is actually going to end up covering it up. And look, it is, see? So it's going to cover that up. So now it's not just a card laid on top. We've added a layer on top of it. And so it stops it from looking so disjointed. It's not just a card on top of a card, or I layered something. It was purposely done that way because I've added a layer. So I'm just going to run a little bit of adhesive all the way through here. I do this on another sheet of paper so I don't get my desk all messy. Makes it a little easier. And then we're going to go as close to the inside as possible. Again, it's, oops, all the way to the bottom. When I cut this to be 5 1/4. Whoops, no, it's going all the way to the bottom, bottom. Sorry. So it's like encompassing the entire card. There we go. Look at that. So now it's like embedded in there. It's like holding it in. And there's that cute little fun fold. And then we're just going to add this little square on top and right in that border. So it's like top to bottom, side to side. And that's our sentiment. So fun little card. I love fun folds. It's like little something extra in a card that you're like, ooh, there's something else there. So the way this card opens is you have a normal looking card is the same design as what you would see with these ones. But then as you open it up, you're like, oh, and that's not lined up anywhere close to straight. I love the flexibility of my Xyron because I have a few seconds to wiggle it around before it's stuck. And then you still have your regular opening of your card. So you're not, this is just a little fun extra. It's like a little bonus one. So that is so just to recap, first card, here we go. Using all products from TLC Designs with the new card sketch, the 102 card sketch. Here's a blend of some of my products and TLC Design products. So, and changing up, this is like one of those cut aparts, what do you call them? Project Life cards. Here's one with a little fun fold on the top. Ta-da! Look how cute. All right, now we're going to change it up again, and we're going to do a slimline. Dun, da, So again, some more of the gorgeous papers from TLC Designs. Look at this cute paper. I love it. So this is a standard. Well, there's no standard. I would define A2 size cards. There is a standard. A little soapbox here. A2 size cards, there are standards. There's been standards for cards for a long time. And the easiest way to remember A2 size cards is you take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, cut it straight in half, you fold it, and you get 2 A2 size cards. Slimline cards, on the other hand, I have noticed everybody seems to have a different size of what they determine to be a slimline. This one was a pre-made slimline card, and it is 8.5 by 7.5. So when it folds, or by 7. So let me rephrase again, 8.5 by 7. So when it folds, it's 8.5 by 3.5, which there's no wrong way to make any cards, whatever you want to do, because you're going to cut your paper to go on there. It'll work. So just whatever you feel like doing. So now we are going to build our slimline. I'm going to put on, again, I like doing the mats. If you guys notice, if you've ever seen any of my videos in the past, I love layers. I think it's one of the easiest ways to build your card and make them look even more like more is the bottom line. And I did not line that up very well. Just a little bit extra. So there we go. And then now I already cut down 2 sheets. And if you notice, whenever I do this, I always go down by 1/4 of an inch on each side. For this, it was the same way. I went down by 1/4 of an inch. And then I just, I took these 2 sheets of paper and went, okay, well, how much do I want to see? Like, where do I want to go with that? So I just ballparked it. I think I went like 5.5. And then for this one, I just cut to where I wanted it to. It's where I put it. So I decided, because this was changing from the original sketch, no longer are we in A2 size, we're in this regular slimline. I just played around with the concept. This is definitely going to be longer than this to keep with the sketch. Now we're going to add our dots. There we go. Dot paper. There we go. And then this is another one of my cutie pieces from my collection. So just to show you the 2 collections again that we're using today, this is the Creeping It Real, the papers, and also the digital stamps. And then I blended it with some of my collection that I made called the Haunted collection. So that is one of the square cards that you can see. And I cut it down to be a little bit more of a rectangle. I cut part of the bottom off after I printed it, and I cut a little bit on the top, but I kept the length of the sides. So it's turned more long than it is tall, so it fits on the slimline better. And then again, just a little bit of a black banner, so we don't have this funny gap. It kind of gives it a space to look like the papers are blending together. It's the best way to describe that. And I cut this to be the same length as, or the height as the black paper. So that's, if this is 3.5, then this was 3.25. And then this was just a little bit smaller than all those. And I think I'm going to lean this closer to the skulls, so it fits right there. And I loved it because, and it was not planned in any way, shape, or form, but the purples that I used were very similar to the purples that she used. So it worked really, really well. It was a match made in heaven, as I could say. And the greens didn't clash too much. It's not the exact same green. She went more of what I would call like a pea green color, and I went more in a lime green color. For some reason, I always use colors in terms of food. So another easy way to take the exact same sketch. So just to see the sketch again, ta-da. So there's the sketch, how you have a big space, like so a big, what's the word? A big banner on the left, a skinny banner on the right, a little line down the middle to separate the 2 colors, and then a big image in the center. And so same idea, big left, small right, banner down the middle, and then an image in the center. So this is our slimline card that we made today. And if you just jumped in a little bit later and missed some of the earlier ones, all Halloween cards using the same sketch. This is the first one we made. And then because the white didn't work, we added some ink blending. Second one, using a cut apart piece or those Project Life card pieces. And a third one, which is a little fun fold. So it's just adding a little extra card piece on the top, which makes it super, super, super cute. So you can definitely take the same sketch, change it around, blend the papers and products that you have, add dies, don't add dies, cut them, print them, use what you have, add in cardstocks to make some really, really cute cards, which is what we made today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I've inspired you to pull out that sketch that just got released by TLC Designs. Please don't forget to follow and like all the companies. I'm going live today on TLC Designs, Facebook and YouTube. And then Erin Reed makes Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So make sure to follow and like everybody's channels. Be totally awesome. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and also the heart button. I would truly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to everybody else, to either company, I would truly appreciate it if you did. Thanks so much. Don't forget to stay safe and just create. Bye, everybody.